All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're gonna talk about BTC. We're gonna talk about Bitcoin on a weekly basis. We're gonna talk about it on 3D and 2-day time frame, and what type of price action we could anticipate over the next like a few weeks and so on. Right. So if you're new to our content, don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group. Link in description. The Discord. Link is also in the description if you're looking to join the Discord public group and all that good stuff, right? So don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys, so we can get the likes and all that good stuff, right? So now let's dive into the analysis. Let me take a look at the chat room to see if we can if you guys can hear, if the sound is good. Hey, what's up, Pablo? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Bible in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in. Micah Siphon in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in. All right, guys, so I think the sound is good. So let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on a weekly basis. So one thing we've been saying over the last few weeks is like the weekly 21 EMA is very important. Yes, we know that. Okay, we have to stay above the weekly 21 in order to basically continue the bull market. As you can see right here, we broke out above the weekly 21, dumped back down to retest it, did not close below it, closed way above it, just about like a 43, and basically pushed all the way up to like a mid just about like a low 50k, right? And we dumped right back down and retested it. We talked about it on before the dump. We said even if we dump down here, we got our weekly 21 and we got our 3D 21 EMA right here, just about like a 43k, and basically we found a nice support right here. However, guys, it is not looking good in the short term. Even though we want to be in a bull market, we want to see BTC basically breaking out to the upside, retesting 50k, 60k, and so on, and pushing all the way up to some crazy prices. We have to stay above the weekly 21. Okay, staying below the weekly 21 is not a good sign. And even if we go back and test it back in since like let's go back to 2011, something like that, right here, actually 2014, breaking out below the weekly 21 more than 3 weeks has never been what a great sign. If you take a look at it right here, we broke out below it, right? Only like closed below it like for one candle. Okay, 1 week we pushed it upside, get a nice close above it, and dump all the way down and stay below it like for more than 3 weeks. Okay, and if we go back right here, back in 2011, right, 2013 actually, right here, we dumped below it, only stayed below it like for 1 week. Okay, close above it, dump back right below it for only 1 week. Okay, so if we go back right here, we stay below it for more than 3 weeks, and bang, okay, we basically stayed below it for a long period of time. So what I'm trying to show you is like closing below the weekly 21 EMA more than 3 weeks has never been a great sign, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at it back in 2018 right here, right? We dumped below it, right? Closed below it for like 2 weeks and pumped right back above it, right? But after we closed below it like for more than 3 weeks, you can see like we've been making like some lower highs right there. Okay, and went through a bear market and dumped all the way down to like a 3k area, okay, where we bottomed just about the 200 moving basically the 200 MA, right? So right here also, right, if you go back in 2019, after we dumped more than 3 weeks below the weekly 21, yes, we pumped right back above it with a 40% pump. However, guys, take a look at it. We dumped right back down to the weekly 100 EMA right here, and finally dumped down to the 200 moving average, right? So what I'm trying to show you once again is like right here, if we take a look at it, right, we dumped more than 3 weeks below the below the weekly 21 EMA right there. Okay, we got a nice push to the upside, right, up to 50k, above 50k. Now we're dumping below it again. Are we going to be able to stay above it? Because if we close more than 3 weeks, okay, below the weekly 21, we're most likely going to be retesting the 100 EMA right here, or the monthly 21 EMA, whichever you're comfortable with, right? 100 EMA on the weekly basis, it is basically very close to your monthly 211 EMA, right? Something to just keep in mind when you're basically looking at the weekly time frame, right? So something to keep in mind going forward, right? Staying below the weekly 21 for the next like a few weeks will definitely confirm a potential lower prices, right? For a potential retest all the way down to like a low 30k, right? So we need to go back above the weekly 21 over the next like a few days, right? So now let's take a look at the 2D time frame, right? So the 2-day time frame, what we've been saying over the last few month, right? What we've been saying is like whenever we basically get a bullish crossover on our 2D time frame, right, we tend to be bullish. Okay, 2D MACD flipping positive, price action above the 211 EMA, it is a bull sign regardless of how you want to look at it, right? If we go back in 2020 right here, one of the reasons why we flipped bullish was like right there. We said it before the push to the upside. What we were saying was like MACD, right? If we get a positive MACD right here and price action basically pushes to the upside above the 21 EMA, we're most likely going to be in a bull run right here. Okay, so we flipped positive, price action above the 21 EMA, we stop shorting. Okay, we stop shorting. So if we go back, right, if we basically take a look at it right here, we pretty much very bearish, okay, in the short term. And we discussed it after the dump right here. What we said was like it is going to be tough, right, to get back above the 2D 21 or even like the 3D 21, whichever comes first, right? So right here, rejection area going to be just about like a 45k. That's what we said right here. Price action was pushing to the upside. We said even on Ethereum, okay, Ethereum 3160, right, the 3D 21 EMA was rejecting the price just like BTC right here. So on the 2D basis, price action is not looking that great. So what we need to see to get high confidence level on the market is like we gotta get a bullish crossover. Okay, in the short term, yes, it is bearish, right? 2D 3D weekly, it is bearish, right? However, if we can get a close above the 2D 21 and MACD flips positive right here, we're most likely going to get some more buyers coming into the market. Okay, and that could trigger a potential FOMO, and we could be retesting higher prices later on, right? So something to keep in mind, in the short term, we still need to get above the 211 EMA on a 2D basis at least, right, to start like being bullish in the market, right? So now let's take a look at BTC on the 3D basis. On the 3D basis, it is not looking that great neither. Okay, we got our 44.444 resistance right here, right? So just like the 2D 21, we need to get above it. MACD is pretty negative, right? Could we get a divergence once we basically break out to the upside? It is possible, but we do not want to basically forecast a potential divergence too early. So what we want to see is like a close above the 3D 21, a positive MACD right here, and we could basically start to speculate for a potential bull run and all that good stuff, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on a 50-day cycle. Hey, what's up, Ivan? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hank in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in, right? So the 50-day cycle, just go ahead and watch my recent update regarding the BTC macro view, right? Regarding the quarterly cycle and all that good stuff, right? So what we're saying is like the 50-day cycle, just like last year, okay, how we spotted the bull run with confidence, right? Right there, we need to close above 60k, okay, by October 27th, right? In 3 weeks, just like last year, right? First week of October, what we said, within the next 3 weeks, if we close above 10.5, that is it. Okay, it is going to be a crazy bull market, right? So right here, it is going to be a similar structure. I've been saying it over the last few weeks, few months. If we close above 60k, not even 65, guys, we just need to get a candle body above like a 60k. All right, once we close above 60K within the next 3 weeks, that is it, guys. We could see like some crazy prices going forward, and we can basically close above 60K without our 2D time frame, right, flipping positive, right? So which means like we have to pay attention to our low degree, not even daily, but just the 2D time frame and 3D time frame. If we can break out above the 21 EMA right here, we could be very confident like we're most likely going to see some high prices over the next like a few months and so on, right? So let's take a look at BTC now on a monthly basis again. So the monthly basis doesn't look so great, all right? We just opened the monthly candle, right? Today is October 1st, 2021, and you can see like we slightly red. Yes, we got 30 more days to go. So being like a 0.1% doesn't mean a lot, on October 1st. But something to just keep in mind, we talk about the monthly 21 EMA right here when BTC was back down to was back then right around like 30K. We were waiting for the monthly 21, right? Right, they were waiting for the monthly 21. Could we retest it if we fail to flip positive on our 2-day time frame? Absolutely. Okay, so it is going to be a strong support. I wouldn't be bearish if we retest the monthly 21. I said it multiple times. I'm not, even though, okay, we can still break below it, but I think like it is going to be a great opportunity for new buyers to be accumulating BTC right around the monthly 21. Okay, I don't think it is not a matter of being bullish or bearish. I think like BTC, it is still under accumulation, and over the next like a few years, we're most likely going to be seeing like a 150, 300K and so on. So the entire range right here, right, 60K down to 30K, it is just accumulation, right? Just like what 19K down to 19K. 9K right here down to 6K was accumulation, right? So we could see a beautiful accumulation range. One thing we just not sure about is like, are we going to be dumping down below 30K? And we will discuss it once we basically, if and only if we retest like the monthly 21, we will take a look at the potential scenarios, right? If bear is going to be strong enough to capitulate the price below the monthly 21 right here, because we know below the monthly 21, right, the only thing we're going to get below the monthly 21 is capitulation. No sideways correction, none of that, right? So right here we talk about it, we talk about the capitulation, right, before even it happened, right? When BTC was at 10.5, we said we're going to dump down to like a 3-4K. Right here you can see like we dump all the way down like from 6K all the way down to 2K, right? If we go back right here, back in 2014, similar move, right? We dumped from $400 all the way down to like a 150, over 50% dump. So I think we're under accumulation. Okay, I'm not sure if you're going to be capitulating down. I don't want to speculate too much about a potential capitulation and all the bears going to be showing up and saying like we're going to be retesting like 10K and all that good stuff, right? But the main thing we need to focus, right, if you trading BTC on a macro scale, if we ever retest like a 30K, it is going to be a good deal. Anything below it, it could just dump there for like a few weeks and then basically pump right back up. Okay, so I wouldn't be panicking below 30K, and 30K will be a great buy range. Okay, above 60K, man, it could go very fast. Above 60K, it could go very fast, just like what we had right here. Okay, as soon as we close above 10.5, 13.5 right here, sucker was just pumping, okay, non-stop. Okay, something to basically keep in mind. So we basically cover BTC on a monthly basis. We cover BTC on a 50-day cycle, on a weekly cycle, and on a 3D basis. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum very quickly. So Ethereum, it is still hanging tight, right? So on the weekly basis, let's start off on the weekly basis, because last time we talked about Ether on the weekly basis, what I was saying, I think I was last week, right? What I was saying was like, I don't see anything bullish on the weekly. So we ended up dumping all the way down to like a 26.90, something like that, right? But Ether, the good news for the bulls is like Ether, it is still above the weekly 21. All right. So if you take a look at the weekly right here, we're still not breaking out below the weekly 21. Let's take a look at the volume. So volume is kind of decent, right? It's not a lot. The only, bearish, problem with Ether is like the divergence right here, a weekly divergence. Okay. Even though we're not, breaking out below the weekly 21, bulls could still stay bullish, right? However, we got a bearish divergence right here, right? Based on closing basis, right there. Okay, so we could not close above like a 4K area, right? On a weekly basis, and we're dumping down, and MACD is looking to cross negative. So if we get a breakout below the weekly 21, it could basically give us a nasty drop all the way down to a potentially 2K area. I'm looking for the 2150 down to a 1971. Not sure if we're gonna get it if we do not break out below the weekly 21. But as of now, we just have to respect the bearishness right here, right? It doesn't mean it's gonna continue to be bearish, but since like we're saying it, we just have to respect it. So sometimes, you can see a bearishness, but you want to be so bullish, you want to ignore it, right? So even though I want to be bullish on Ether, I can just ignore the bearishness, right? So something to keep in mind. Even if we go ahead and take a look at the total 2, let's go ahead and take a look at total 2. So if you take a look at total 2, we do have a clear divergence, right? And Ether is almost like what, 30% dominance in total 2, right there. So we do have a clear divergence. We just got to get the confirmation. We could get the confirmation if we basically cross negative right here. Okay, we're most likely going to get the confirmation, right? So something to basically keep in mind going forward, especially in Q4. The first 3 weeks of Q4 could be just accumulation. Even though the market is bearish, if things basically change, we could flip positive over the next like a few months and so on, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at the chat room to see if you guys to see what you guys want to talk about. Hey, what's up, Sugar 1982? Thanks a lot for tuning in. KAOFR in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in. Jason in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in. The Bears are back. Jason still looking for a 10K, man. Come on, man. Jason, you're not gonna get that 10K, man. All right. So for sugar, let's go ahead and take a look at a COIT. So COIT, it is still looking strong on the 2D basis, right? No sign of bearishness so far. I don't see any divergences on our MACD, but we got a short-term divergence right here. Okay, we got a short-term divergence. So on our side, so our support area to keep an eye on going to be the 21 EMA right there on the 2D basis, which is a good support most of the time, right, when the market is pretty strong. So if we dump down, we got support right around like a 41 to 42 cents, right? But MACD is not showing any sign of bearishness yet. It can still go negative and flip back positive, right? So keep an eye on the 2D 21 over the next like a few days. All right. Okay, you're waiting for 16K? It's okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at Tezos. Excuse me, guys. All right, so there's also, you know, bulls are struggling to break out above 7.5 to $8 range, and we talk about there's also a target to $8 when it was pumping right here, right? We hit the $8 range, dumped back down to like a 4.6, and now looking to retest the $8. However, if we do not break out below the $8 range, we still got another reaccumulation range right here, 4.1 to 3.5 area, which is going to be 50% to a 0.618 of this move right there. Okay, so we do have a short-term divergence right there on our RSI also, right, on a 2D basis. So let's see if bear is going to be showing up. The good news is, like, we still got low sell volume right here, so the entire move right here, it is just accumulation range. Okay, I don't see anything crazy. We've seen these prices multiple times. That's why I'm not worried about Tezos. If we dip down here, it is going to be a good buy. Okay, if it is going to be a good buy, just about like a 4.1 to a 3.5. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Loom BTC. So Loom is giving up. Let's just get a clean chart. So Loom, we know the floor for Loom right here, 150 all the way down to 80 sats. It is our 2 years floor since like a almost like a 2019. Okay, so it is almost like over 2 years we've been trending just about like a $200 down to like a 100 sat, $200 sats down like to 100 sats right here. We got multiple resistances right here all the way up to 400 sats, right? So we just need to break out above our resistance right there. Okay, so support area is still going to be 200 sats, right? If we dump lower, we can still reaccumulate right here. However, if we break out above this range, we could be looking for a move all the way up to 1000 sats over the next like a few months. That's a move I would be looking for, not a move up to like a 400 sats. Yes, 400 sats going to be 100% move. However, it could go much higher. All right, I talk about it like multiple times. Most of these alt will retest what the May June 2019. That's how we nailed most of our alt, right? Like ELF, we nailed it last year. Remember ELF, right? That pump. And this year we also nailed it all the way up to 3000 sats. So Loom is most likely going to break out over the next like a few months. We just don't know when. So I think like any dips right now, especially at or below 100 sats, that's going to be a great range to be accumulating. Okay, so or to add on to a position, right? But as of now, it is just consolidating. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at XRP. So XRP, since like we got a new monthly candle, right? Let's take a look at the monthly close. So as I said, right, XRP, the hardest thing for the XRP bulls was like to close above the monthly 21. As you can see right here, back in 2018, we struggled to stay above the 21 EMA on a monthly basis. 2019 similarly, right? 2020 right here. But guess what, guys? Late 2020, we managed to pump all the way, all the way up to like a 82 cents, right? Almost like a 82 cents, right? And dump right back down, guys. But guess what, guys? Bang. Okay, so price got bought up really quickly. People have been panicking and all that good stuff. So we pump all the way up to like a $2. We talk about XRP, $2 resistance, and why $2, right? Just like BTC, how 13 888 was a resistance. XRP resistance is just about like a $2. Why $2? Because we could not close above the $2 range on the monthly basis right here. Okay, just like BTC back in 2017, 2018, right? We could not close above 13,888, and guess what? In 2019, what happened? We pumped all the way up to like a 13,888, exact same number. So that's exactly what XRP just repeated right here. Okay, we pumped all the way up to like $2 and dumping down again. So macro support, it is still going to be our monthly 21 right here. If we dump down to just about like a 66, it is going to be a good range to be accumulating, right? If we break out below it, we still got our 50% to a 0.618 support right there. 50% support going to be just about like 45 cents, and 0.618 going to be all the way down to like a 33, right? But primary support going to be 60, let's say 63 cents right there. 63 to a 66 right there. That's going to be the primary support because of the monthly 21, right? If we get a breakout below it, we got our support range just about, excuse me guys, we got our support range just about like a 0.45, 0.32, right? 50% to a 0.618. So a breakout above $2, guys, it is just going to fly right here. Okay, it will look good. Okay, I'm not sure if we're going to be dumping down to a 66 first before breaking out, or if we're going to be dumping even all the way down to like a 32 before basically continuing the bull market. The entire move right here could be just a leading diagonal, right? And the move right here could just be our correction. Okay, so you have to basically keep an eye on XRP. It is moving on. It is moving on the macro scale. It is not moving on the daily time frame and all that good stuff. So it moves very slow, but the trend looks good. Once we start the wave 3, it is going to go ballistic. Okay, that's our wave 1. Let's assume like that's going to be our wave 3, right? Even right here, a double bottom. We just don't know yet. But the wave 3 right here, that's our wave 2, right? So wave 3 right here could be ballistic, and we talk about the move we could be anticipating like all the way up to like a $13 to $15 right here, right? So keep that in mind, right? Right here, right? So we're going to be looking for a potential move all the way up to $16, right, over the next like a few months. I don't think we're going to get it in 2021, but if BTC stays bullish in 2022, XRP could basically go explosive over the next like a few months, right? So good time to be accumulating some XRP and not selling the dips. Luna, let's go ahead and take a look at Luna forward. So Luna monthly is looking so juicy, right? Beautiful breakout since like June. Luna is just breaking out, right? Let's take a look at it on a 3 weeks basis. 3 weeks basis is looking great. Let's take a look at it on a weekly basis. The weekly basis, we got a short-term divergence. Okay, you got a potential divergence right there. So right there, our RSI, it is just moving flat. Price action is making high, so that's not a good sign. So short-term support going to be the weekly 21 EMA on a weekly basis at $23, right? If we get any strong pullbacks, we could be looking for the $23 support on the weekly basis. If you like to trade the weekly, you don't have to trade the weekly, right? However, you could also try to trade the 3D time frame or the 3D 21. Even if you take a look at it on the 3D basis, we're gonna need to get a bull crossover on our MACD right here. Okay, price action, it is still above the 3D above the 2D21, but guess what? We're still negative. We talked about this scenario back in April, May, when BTC MACD was negative, but price action was still above what? The 2D21, right? We said if we break out below the 21 EMA, we just have to be cautious. But you know, we did ended up even dumping lower. If you take a look at Luna, we're still above the 21 EMA right here, right? But MACD is negative, so it is not a good sign, and we still got a negative divergence right here. So that could mean like our, you know, the retest of the weekly 21 EMA, it is possible, right, over the next like a few weeks, if we do not flip positive right here, right? If we do not flip positive, because once we flip positive, right, that could change everything, because we could go crazy. Okay, so something to keep in mind if you're looking to jump into Luna. Wait for the you know, wait for the weekly 21, or wait for the MACD on a 2D basis to you know, give us a strong, right, give you a strong bull trend right here. Okay, you still got a negative divergence right there on your hour chart. So it is a clean chart, nothing nothing crazy. Monthly is looking good. If it dumps down to the weekly 21, it could just be for another reaccumulation. It doesn't mean a bear market, once again, right? If it dumps right here, right? But if it breaks out, guys, it is gonna go crazy. Okay. I just done COIT. Yeah, you can go back and watch it. I just done COIT. Yeah, we just talked about COIT. We got support right here at 42 cents if we get any pullbacks. But as of now, everything looks good. The only negative divergence I can see, it is the hour side right here. MACD, it is still looking good on a 2D basis, right? So let's take a look at the daily. So daily support going to be at the daily 21. It is going to be right around like 47. Okay, that's going to be the daily 21 support. Right now we just about like a 60 cents, right? And we talked about already the upside target up to 133 if we get a strong continuation, right? Okay, great. So let's take a look at Hive BTC. So Hive, it is coming back down to the weekly support. So low sell volume though, even though it's been dumping over the last few weeks, the sell volume is pretty low right here. So that's a good news. So we just need to hold support right there. Okay, just need to hold support right there and give it like a few more days and we will see, right? Got a nice trend line support also right there. So we just don't want to break out below this range. If we break out below this range, that could mean like we most likely going to be retesting 50% to a 0.618 pullback, right? Upside resistance, if we get the breakout right there, okay, almost like 3,000 sats. Okay, yeah, 3,000. Right now we just buy like 1,400 sats. Okay, we have support right here. We just need to hold support, otherwise that could mean like potential lower prices, right? Okay, but it looks good as of now. Okay, low sell volume. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at ICX BTC. So ICX BTC, it is still under consolidation, as we said last time, right? we're gonna be looking for ICX to push all the way up to like a 9,000 to a 10,000 area right there. Right here. That's our macro setup for ICX, right? All the way up to March 2019 resistances right here, right? So that's what we're gonna be looking for. Let's see if we're gonna be able to get there. Everything looks good as far as volume. I know volume is low, but it is low on the sell side. Okay, I know you just mentioned like a volume is low, but guess what? Volume is low on the sell side, right? No one is selling, even though price is decreasing. So that's the good news. Okay, if we take a look at it on the 3D basis, it is just a pullback. It looks like a pullback. Okay, so we could still be correcting right here. Okay, we could still be correcting before pushing to the upside, right? We got one more push on our RSI and still a potential retest. So just have to try to find support on our RSI right here. Okay, right there, just trying to find support right there. So I think like ICX could be giving us another push within the next like a few weeks and so on. We got our macro support, as I said, 1400 sats. It is going to be our macro support just in case we get the triple bottom, right? 1, 2, right, and 3 before getting the parabolic move to the upside, right? But I think like over the next like a few months, we're most likely going to see ICX at 10,000 or higher, right? 10,000 sats. Current price 3,558. All right, let's take a look at quant. So quant is still looking pretty good. We got a nice floor right here. I like quant. I talked about quant when it was like, I think just about like 140,000. I don't think I talked about it in public, but I sent it to one of our premium member right when it was right here. Okay, we talked about quant like I think like $30, something like that, $20, and it pumped all the way up to like nearly $400, right? So it is still looking good on the RSI. You know, RSI got a nice floor on the 3D basis. We just don't want to break out below the 3D basis. So since like we're retesting it, we're most likely going to see what a potential volatility, right? Sell volume is low right here, so retesting the 21 EMA could give us another bounce back up. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Just correction. It could be just another correction just like that, where we're just going to be correcting sideways before breaking out. Right? I don't see anything extremely bearish as of now, right? So it is just correcting. So temporary support, 540,000 sats. Right now we just bought like a 650,000 sats. So it is pretty volatile though. Got 14% potential pullback, right? Let's take a look at QNT USD. It doesn't have enough history. For some reason, they used to have QNT USD recalculated, but can't find it anymore. I think they remove it because I had my macro analysis on the QNT USD recalculated by TradingView, but I can't find it anymore. Yeah, I can't find it anymore. Yeah, it is just consolidating as of now. Okay, got a trend line support right here on the 3D on our 3D basis, and we got our 3D 21 right here. MACD is crossing negative, so we just need to watch out, right? Just in case we dip below the 21 EMA. It will likely bounce back up, but that bounce, you know, we will need MACD to flip positive again, right? Otherwise we could go through a bear market, right? Short-term bear market. but it is a support right here, so we just have to respect the support. All right, guys, I'm just gonna keep it very short. I think I answered all your questions, right, regarding QNT, Loom, ICX, Luna. Did we talk about fourth? Let's take a look at fourth. Right, it is somebody says fourth right here. Oh, fourth looking good, man. So it is looking good. With let's take a look at the 6 hour. Probably you got some bull divergence, right? Yeah, we got some bull divergence on the 6 hour, just like most alt. Just don't have time to go through the bull divergences. Most probably tomorrow we're gonna go talk about the we're gonna go ahead and talk about the bull divergences, right, on these alt on the 6 hour basis. So nice bull divergence right here, both on the hour side, right, and on the MACD right here, right. So it looks good on the on the 6 hour, right. So it is just accumulating right here. So resistance going to be right there, $21, up to $21. Okay, if we break out. However, you want to be cautious. Even though we got a bull divergence, right, it could just mean a retest of right here, the short-term resistance up to $16, right. So $16 need to be taken out before we talk about the $22, right, because we already got our bearish crossover right here on our 21, right, on our 6 hour time frame, right, 21 EMA over 50 EMA over 100 EMA, right there. Okay, so a rejection at $16 wouldn't be a bad thing, right. We can still retest the $11 to $10 range and allow our moving averages right here later on to cross bullish, and we're going to be looking for some crazy prices to the upside. But short-term resistance up to 16, higher time frame resistance up to $22. Of course, we gotta talk about the support, right? Support right here. It is still at 9.5, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at CELR. CELR already hit the 450 range right here, right? Hit our target beautifully, guys. Beautifully. Okay, so right there, what we were looking for, 480, guys. 480. What we hit 473. Okay, let's take a look at it on our alt. So definitely, hopefully you guys took profits on CELR, right? We're talking about the 480, right there we hit 473. And guess what, guys, we started talking about CELR when it was like, let's say 18 sats, 20 sats, and so on, right, all the way up to 480. So support right now going to be just about like a 250, 260 to 250 going to be our temporary support. Okay, not too long ago, guys, I updated CELR when it was like a 120. Okay, updated when it was 120. I said like target up to 480. It is still in play, right? So right now just have to take a step back and let market correct over the next like a few days and so on, right? On the 3D basis, sell volume is kind of low, so we could rely on our, let's do this. Somebody remove my 21 EMAs. All right, let's go back to see BTC. So daily 21, it is just about like right now at 280. So 280 to 265 going to be our temporary support right here. Okay, this is going to be our temporary support, 280 to 265. So dot, okay, I'm short-term bearish on dot. However, it has a 6-hour bull divergence, right, which I don't like, right? So it's not good for me, right? So it has a, you know, bull divergence right here, right? But I'm ready, okay? I'm ready for a potential retest of the 33 right here in the short term, right? Because if the bull divergence plays out, right, we could get a flat correction, right? So and before retesting the 0.618, right? So since like I'm trading the higher time frame, like the 2D basis and all that good stuff, it is very hard, right, to see the you know, the short-term moves, right? If you're trading the high time frames, right? Just have to ignore the noise, right? So what I was saying was like, you know, if we break out below our 2D 21 MACD, it is still negative with a negative divergence, right? We could be, you know, retesting our 50% to 0.618. Since like it is a 2-day time frame, it is not a 6-hour time frame, right? It could take a while, right? However, we do have a potential retest of 33, so I'm pretty much aware of that, right? If we do on the low degree, it is just going to be a flat right here, and it is going to give us even a stronger move to the downside. Okay, so short-term resistance 33, need to take out 33 before we talk about 46. Short-term support to the downside, $19 range. Okay, that's going to be actually $20, going to be the 50% pullback. Okay, so dot, we still got a chance to retest it, you know, retest $20 to $17 range. 20 to 17. All right. NU USDT. Yeah, NU is just accumulating, guys. Now I don't think nothing is going on right now. It is just a potential macro you know, accumulation where you're going to be respecting support and resistance, right, till we break out above this range. Okay, if you want to basically analyze it on a higher time frame, let's take a look at NU on BTC, on Coinbase, right? On Coinbase, we do have a double top, double bottom, which is basically what I just said, right? A macro reaccumulation. So if we retest the lows right here and do not break out, that could give us a high chance of a potential breakout on the next retest, coupled with a potential a possible, okay, crossover on our MACD right here. Okay, if we get another bullish crossover with a retest of the resistance right here, that's going to give us a high chance of a breakout, right? So take a look at it in terms of Fibonacci. We just double bottoming at, you know, we double bottom at 50, you know, at 0.618. Right now we at 50% pullback. So right here, 18 cents, 19 cents, going to be 0.618 again. So I would just respect it till we break out, like let's say below 16.5. If we get a breakout below 16.5, then we're going to be talking about like 11 cents, 10 cents range, which is like 0.786. Okay, but as of now, I like the move right here. All right, if we go back and take a look at Ether USD on a macro view, right? A similar type of structure also right here. Okay, a double bottom right there, push to the upside, retested the bottom right there. Okay, that's the same type of a move we you know, we're creating right now on you know, on NU. All right, guys, I'm just gonna keep it short. It is almost like 1 hour, so Thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join the public Discord or the public Telegram group, link in the description. Guys, make sure to follow me on Twitter also, SendCrypto0, right? So link in in the description also. You can follow me on Twitter and all that good stuff. All right guys, thanks a lot for watching.